And hi there, everyone. 'Tis I, Praxis Descends, here to deliver a big old steamy pile of apple crumble and role-playing game. Um, fuck, what was that?
I don't know. I liked it. I'm here for it.
Hi, I haven't GM'd for I haven't GM'd on Twitch for a month.
Thursday. She hasn't GM'd since Thursday.
Don't let her fool you.
This is
On
practice at the peak of the game.
On Twitch, I don't have to do an intro for the tabletop game because people are already there, and I'm like, sup, hi. I'm rusty. Been a while. And of course that means I have to just talk incessantly at the camera. But hello, happy 2020, Trash fam. I have no idea who is in the chat at the moment because I can't see it, but god fucking damn it, it's good to see you.
Isn't it? Oh, I'm just having a great time. We didn't even start yet.
Yeah, me and Pretty Ideal have both decided to go for red t-shirt, bold lip, cute hair with dyed ends combo. So it's all great. It's all downhill from here. And
Yay!
Sunny Kitty and Sable Whisper have gone for the practical glasses and wishing they had a cat on their lap combo.
Joke's on you. There's always a cat.
Sable, go get your lap warm.
I am permanently glad there isn't a cat on my lap.
Okay. Well,
freaking bombshell.
Wow.
Also, I'm currently streaming on my iPad, so if my camera just falls over, it's because I'm propping it on a box that is not designed for this purpose. So I apologize. But trash. We're trash for a reason. Anyway.
Do you want my book stand?
Well, I can't now. We're doing it live, Sable.
It's so perfect for it.
I don't want people to know that we're in the same house. I mean, we're not. I don't know who you are, strange man. Get off my channel. Fuck, where was I? Anyway, welcome to this first trash game of 2020. New decade, new year, new trash crew. As you might have seen on our recent updates, things are changing for us, but also staying broadly the same. Hence why we're starting 20 minutes late, and I'm talking shit. So it's good to know that some things never change. Anyway, today we are running a one-shot for your delectation named Fivefold Cataclysm, which, very long story short, is based on a series of short stories that I wrote 2 years ago.
yes.
As a Christmas present for the trash crew that I delivered through a series of audio recordings, mostly just to sort of cheer my friends up, because I wrote it about them if they were sort of cyberpunk heroes in a terrible corporation city. It was very self-indulgent, and they basically had to do a whole bunch of cool stuff. And then I promised for some reason that I'd run the finale of that story as a tabletop game, because that's the kind of thing you do when you're a GM, and you can give your friends role-playing games as presents. That's a top tip. If any of you are storytellers, don't have to spend money on expensive gifts, just have to promise to run a self-indulgent cyberpunk role-playing experience for your nearest and dearest. That may or may not work out. As you might already be aware, we have a system of helps and hinders set up, which is something that I'm going to hand over to Sunny Kitty to explain more about in a second. But today, of all days, it is that we're doing something slightly different to our usual system of minor, moderate, and major helps and hinders, because this is a one-shot, and specifically, this is a cyberpunk one-shot. This will become clearer as the session progresses, but there will be a lot of things that you can affect. Therefore, minor helps and hinders are very, very appreciated and will have an immediate impact on the story as it goes. The three members of this party here are ready for that. But from the beginning all the way up to the end, minor helps and hinders will be the thing. If you have a moderate in mind, then let me know. But to be honest, I just don't see it having a huge impact. But to explain what I mean by helps and hinders, Sunny Kitty is now going to explain to you that whole shebang.
Everybody buckle down. This is going to be a wild ride. So, there are 2 different ways that you can influence the game. You can either hang out, watch the stream, and eventually you will accrue trash bags. With those trash bags, you can redeem them for minor helps and hinders. Minor helps and hinders immediately go into effect and just change how things are going to happen in the game, either good or bad if you choose help or hinder. Obviously, you want to do help because you love us. Praxis wants you to do hinders because she doesn't love us. The other option, obviously, is if you don't want to save up as many, or you just have some extra like coins laying around. Who doesn't? Virtual coins. You can use real money to donate. Down below is all the information for the prices and how to donate. And if you're on mobile, you just have to swipe over to the info section and it'll all show there. And there's a link right there if you want to do it that way. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, right? That's it. It's been so long.
I buckled in for no reason.
I know, it's been so long brain thing's not great right now, but
look, I already saw a minor hinder and I'm upset about it.
I'm going to stay buckled in this whole time. I'm just not going to unbuckle this whole game. Who hindered? Who?
James.
Who else?
He did both, to be fair, to balance. There's balance.
Oh, I only saw one.
Hang on. What does that mean?
I don't know.
They balance out into nothing. Okay, nothing happened.
Thanks.
I was going to say something really just world-bendingly clever and important, but
everybody stretch, because I'm doing it.
Stretch, hydrate.
Hail Hydra.
No.
Glider.
No.
Oh God, I'm stretching too much. I'm stretching, but too much.
Don't get a cramp. I do that sometimes because
I'm old.
all
the time. It hurts so bad.
Stretching into a cramp is the word. Welcome to Complaining About Old People Problems with the You Trash Crew.
You want to hear my knee click? No, I'm sorry. I won't do it on camera. It did, but you can't hear it.
We all felt it, though.
No, thanks.
So, are we sitting comfortably? Are we buckled in?
Yes.
Then we will begin. The resourcer runs upstairs to the communal sitting area where you all find whatever time you can to rest during your activism, taking down the corporation wherever you can, causing them distress and damage at every conceivable turn and opportunity. The resourcer has found out where they're keeping the storyteller locked up in a digital prison. It turns out that what you've been doing wrong this whole time was looking for her in a place, when in fact, iPad, how dare you? You were looking for her in a place, when in fact what you really needed was to find her in a digital location. They had in fact uploaded her to the net, which means the only way that you could get to her was by going in yourselves. Now, the musician is the one that weaves the net and has been particularly good at manipulating the digital strings, but that means that she won't be able to come in with you. So the three of you have been set up to go into this maelstrom with the musician's help. But once you're in there, you will be all on your own. She sets you up in the network room, places the delicate wires on your head, and forgiveness to Ash will say, so, when the three of you go in, I'm not going to be able to get you out, and the net can do really fucked up things to your brains. Jesus knows what's going to happen to the storyteller if she's been in there for that long, but the only way to find out is to get her out. All you need to do is get to her and put this on her digital form, whatever it is. Probably just her body, but it might be her face. It might be a collection of zeros. I don't know. Just do what you can. And she will hand it over to the Envisioner. Don't know what else to tell you. So nothing's real in the net, but also like everything's real in the net. So I'm not saying don't believe everything you see, but also you can make of it what you will. If you get in trouble, you can try and reach me, but Not sure what I'll be able to do. I wish I could come in with you. Hey, it's all right. I'll get the kettle on for when you get back.
I'm not gonna hug her because we don't do that. But I'm gonna put up my fist, as a nod to the past because we joke about it a lot. It's a thing really old people used to do.
Yeah.
So
They
we
called
do
it
that.
a bro fist. Lots of bros used to fist each other. We don't know why.
But
Some of us
that's,
still
It's
do.
crazy.
that's our joke between us. Like, it'll be okay.
I have a question. It's a bit ambiguous, and I'm not sure whether to ask it in character and sound really stupid in character. So I'm going to say sound stupid out of character. Are we actually physically going internet, or are we just Matrix style wiring our brains into it?
You are going to upload your whole consciousness into the net.
So how do we find the storyteller? Sorry, this doesn't find her though, does it? This just
Hang on. Right. Whisper. I know that this tech stuff's a bit beyond you. Let me go into it again. Be your pretty little face.
thanks.
I've made Ash Cockney. I can't help myself. It's the only accent I can do.
Ash doesn't have much of an accent. That's the crazy thing about this whole show.
But she often puts on the voices. So Ash, if you're watching this, I hope my impression of you is all right. When you go into the net, you upload yourself completely. Your body's basically nothing. If you wanted to, you could download yourself into someone else's body. I wouldn't recommend it. That has terrible side effects, and you go blind, or worse, double blind. But I reckon once you find the storyteller, get her to download into her own body, she'll be able to get out.
But they've probably got her tied up.
I mean, yeah, but she's the storyteller.
Yeah.
The reason why they had her uploaded is because they couldn't hold her without it.
But they managed to get her there. So
Yeah. So we don't talk about what happened because it was unfortunate, and some people still feel bad about how it went down.
Okay.
You can say me.
So it wasn't your fault. You had no reason to know that she was still alive. That's all right.
Wouldn't it be better to put her in a cat or something, just to keep her? Can we do that?
Do you want to take a cat with you?
No, we don't have to take a cat with us. We just find a cat and we wire it in, and we just put the storyteller's mind in the cat. And then while she cats about, we can focus on finding her actual body. Because I still think she wakes up, she's still in whatever terrible situation she was in when they plugged her into the net in the first place.
I feel like you're missing the part where she could go double blind.
Like all good.
And then double blind again.
Quadruple blind?
You don't want a quadruple blind cat. That would be terrible.
How many eyes do cats have? I guess I've never looked. Okay, I find it seemed like the plan. Where we seem committed. I've got these wires coming out of me now. I'm just thinking maybe we're not helping her in the way that we want to.
Whisper, if you're scared, you don't have to go.
Can you give me kung fu?
How
You can
would I
give
do
yourself kung fu.
Well, no, that's what I'm wondering. You see, because nothing's real, or rather, reality can be defined.
Do you think this is a fucking joke, Whisper?
No, but it seems to me that the rules of the net are probably a bit more flexible than they are in real life.
Then if you want kung fu, you reach out and get kung fu, my man.
How do you get kung fu, Sensei?
A lot of practice.
That's a trick question. Kung fu isn't something you have, it's something you are.
Where did she find him again?
Hang on, that's not fair. She met me in a bar, but that is not important.
She
That seems-
said he'd be useful. I'm worried
Okay.
now.
Hang on. What?
Yeah.
You're talking shade about me right in front of me.
No way.
Yeah.
Nighttime now. She pulls the cables down over the Whisper's eyes.
Okay, well.
Oh no. Is it my
Any questions?
internet or their internet? Whose internet was that?
Oh, did I go? Did I
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I was insulting Whisper to his face.
Yeah, that's fine. We all were.
Okay.
Resourcer, you've been uncharacteristically quiet.
It seems pretty simple. We go in, we make it work, we get the storyteller.
Spoken like a true resourcer.
We're missing the part where she forgives me, and then we move on.
I mean, I can't do that. Maybe we could get the maybe we get the Whisper to pretend to be you, and then she can yell at him for a bit. No, all right. Nighttime.
No.
Right, be good. If you can't be good, don't get caught. And as the darkness covers your eyes, you're suddenly struck with a beam of bright white light that just hurts. Just your eyes, the bit behind your eyes.
Single blind.
You have temporarily gone single blind. And it is it is extraordinarily painful. Like your whole skull feels like it's having a bit of a shake, like it's been rung by a bell. And then you are all on your knees in a sort of cold, sort of dark chamber that just kind of vanishes off into nothingness. You have no idea how long you're there for, but just the ringing in your head very, very slowly subsides.
Oh. That's horrible.
I mean, could be worse.
What?
I said it could be worse. Could be
I've got
double
single
blind
and single deaf.
That's not how it works.
I don't know how any of this works. Canonically, this is my first time doing this.
I mean, ours too, but, not the point.
Really? Well, you all seem so okay with it that I just assumed you were old lags at this net business.
Well, I mean, we've done weirder things.
Really? Really?
Okay. Just step back.
Back off, buddy. Got you loud and clear.
Right. So, wow, there's nothing here. My eyes work? I see you. I'm going to put my hands on the resource's face.
Yeah, I feel you as well.
Okay. Good.
Wow.
Her face feels nice.
Nice face.
It's a good face for smooshing.
We have that kind of relationship. It's fine.
The Whisper smushes his own face.
Yeah, I'm right here. I wasn't meant to sound threatening, as I am. Okay, do we just call out to her then? Storyteller, hello.
I think that's not the way to go about it. All right. So when the musician pulls strings, she feels it. I'm going to, well, I can't feel things, but I can, okay, I'm going to close my eyes, and it doesn't really do much of a difference. It's only like a physical thing. I think I close my eyes, but I can still see everything because this is not like a physical body. So I do that, feel like an idiot, open them back up.
Okay.
And try to see. All I can see is the memory of the storyteller falling into that hole. And that's hard. But I'm going to try to see who she was / now is. I have to make the transition because halfway in my heart I still think she's dead.
Okay. So we've had our first minor hinder of the day.
Dope.
Thank you, Domitella. So the Envisioner stands on the sort of platform of nothingness that you find yourself on, and she has her eyes closed. She holds her hands out in front of her, and the Resourcer and the Whisper watch as the Envisioner just sort of very calmly is trying to focus on the path in front of her. And then you see ahead of you in the darkness a great metal door come out of nothing and begin sliding down and a hand disappearing under it, and you just hear the Envisioner shout, "No, come back!" And you begin to feel yourself being dragged backwards through the darkness. Like you're still on your feet, but you feel like you're being pulled by some invisible hands.
I did that wrong. That was wrong.
I think the resourcer is now gonna, because they obviously, in her mind, she needs to be moving forward towards the hand, where the hand disappeared. And so she is going to summon a pillowy wall behind them to stop them from moving back any further. And it's just gonna be, it's almost gonna be like blocks forming that are cushioned on one side, and they just settle in and stack up higher and higher until it's above each of their heads. And it just kind of cushions them and then settles in and holds them and stops them from going any further away from.
So as you're being dragged backwards, the resourcer crosses her arms across her chest, and all of you feel like you are falling into very soft, very pillowy bed. And as you hit the back wall, the whole world seems to twist so that you are landing on a sort of a bed of pillows beneath you, with the empty void of nothingness above you.
Can I ask a clarification question again to stop myself appearing foolish in character? Do they have superpowers in real life? Like, can they summon cushions in real life? Or?
No, they have skills and abilities, but based around their human talents. So in real life, the Whisper is very good at fast talking and false friending and all that kind of stuff. But in the net, who knows?
Can I summon a case of cold colas?
You can wish very dearly for a case of cold colas. In fact, because the Whisper's whole thing is being chill, you don't get a whole case of cold colas, but as you land back, you have a nice iced drink in your hands.
I'll take it.
You lounge like, ooh.
I'm glad to see our priorities are aligned here.
Well, I didn't know that we were coming in here with magic powers. No one actually told me that. And you two are so comfortable with having magic powers.
I mean, so are you. Is this a resort? What are you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We are supposed to work together. I will be kinder. I will keep my thoughts to myself.
I'm not sure what I've done to offend you. Hang on, if you can summon things, now just hear me out here. If you can summon things, why can't you summon the storyteller?
I did. I summoned her arm. Did you see it?
Great. That was her arm.
I think it was my memory of her arm.
Oh, from that time when she fell down and it was somehow your fault.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not trying to be weird about it, but no one's actually told me the story.
It was a mission that went bad. Her arm got ripped off. And she fell into a hole. I thought she died. The resourcer said she didn't die, and so we're in this hellscape trying to get her back, and when I tried to find her, I just remembered the horror, and didn't work. Now we're in a bed, drinking whatever that is. It's very green. I hope it's good.
It wasn't meant to be green. I was imagining just a cola with like a slice of lime in it. It's actually some sort of lime drink with a slice of cola in it. That.
Right.
I'm not very good at the magic part of it. I'll get used. Well, so sorry, I'm just confused. Did her real arm come off, or did her digital arm come off?
There was a lot of blood.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Look.
The peanut gallery plotting to set us on fire to the side that you're not fully aware of. I'd like to think, I'm never going to acknowledge them, I'd like to think that that's an actual chat room that somehow is watching these events and is going, look at these pricks, and is conspiring to make our time worse, like a sort of tribunal of celestial judges.
If you wish it to be one of the Whisper's powers to be slightly aware of the fourth wall, then that's completely fine.
Yes.
The Whisper's always looking up to the side. How dare you?
So I think you're onto something with that slice of cola lime drink, but that's unrelated, and we can unpack that later in case it's some kind of fever dream I'm having. But I need to remember the storyteller, not when she was brutally murdered, probably. How did you meet her? In a bar, you said.
Yes. Well, it was, I think, yes. I was running a poker game. Well, I wasn't the dealer, but I was running it, if you know what I mean. And making a fair bit of corporation bucks. And she joined the game, and turned out that it was quite difficult for me to convince her of my various bluffs and deceptions. And we got chatting after the game fell apart. Yeah. She's
Sounds
fun.
like her. She'd probably been watching you for months before that, you realize.
That's how I would do it.
All right. I'm going to hold the resourcer's hand, and I'm going to, go to touch, and then to be like, no. And I'm going to remember the person she was. Someone who would stalk a random guy until she figured out all of his tells and could beat him at a poker game.
Classic storyteller.
I'm going to think of the essence and that instead, and try to bring us to where she is instead of trying to bring her to us.
So as you're holding the resource's hand, she gets a sudden feeling, an intuition, you might say. The resourcer has always been had been one with an eye for something changing in an environment, and she reaches out to the envisioner and reaches into the pocket of her trousers that she's wearing, and pulls out a tube of lipstick, which the envisioner recognizes as a gift that the storyteller gave her their first Christmas together, when the envisioner had complained that by living in their rundown, sort of revolutionary, abandoned apartment building on the edge of town meant that she couldn't go and get the nice things. And even though she was working out of a schlubby office with her friends, she still wanted to have a nice lipstick and look pretty. You never know where the storyteller got it from. It's not a brand you recognize.
Okay. I'm gonna cry for real.
Don't cry.
She always knew exactly what color would look perfect on you.
Where'd you get? Okay. I'm not gonna ask.
Well, where'd you get the arm pulling under a door?
Yeah, I don't. That's fine.
Remember that Christmas?
I cannot forget that Christmas. All right. So, this didn't go the way I thought it would. But you know what? I'm gonna take it and just put it on.
So, as you
priorities.
As you pick up the lipstick, the wet feels strange in your hand, and I'm about to sneeze. So, if you'll give me just a moment.
I have it.
You twist it open, and it almost feels a lot more liquidy than you remember, because as you pull it out, sort of gold seems to pull out a sort of long golden thread as you do, and more and more of the liquid seems to sort of pour out of the tube, although leaving it not a little depleted. And the golden thread that's kind of strung between the doe foot applicator and the bottle inside extends beyond and to the left into the darkness, and then breaks off from the stick.
It's not, you see this too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's my internet. You all paused.
I think we all see it too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think we have a way to go.
Come on. Okay. Good. Okay, we're following magic lipstick thread.
And as you walk through the darkness, you sort of vanish into the point where the golden thread vanishes, and before you appears, rising out of the gloom, almost like it's being built before your eyes, a wall made of similarly golden threads that your thread sort of vanishes into. The wall is sort of a mesh, like a chain link made of gold, and it hums faintly. And as you walk to approach, appearing out of the walls are a whole row of what look like the roving eye security cameras that are watching the path beneath the golden thread.
Well, security systems always seem to tell me that we're going the right way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have they seen us yet? Can
No.
you tell?
I imagine we would know if they detected us. So anyone got any good ways to get around eyes?
We're going under them. And I'm gonna look at the floor, quote unquote. And I wanna like lift it and make a second floor underneath. I wanna go underneath the whole thing and see if we can come up on the other side. Can we like make a tunnel?
So the floor seems to be made of glass, and the mesh extends below as a perfect mirror of what's above.
That won't work.
Okay,
And
I'm going to walk right up to the wall. I'm going to look up at our camera. I'm going to go.
Oh no.
the roving eye pops out of the wall and sort of boots down to you and sort of scans your face.
Well, this is unacceptable. I'm already running late.
It sort of orbits around you, and another roving eye comes down to sort of spin around you, and it goes, recognized corporation user. Welcome back, James Malloy. And the roving eyes go back into the wall. For it was his help that allowed you access to the Matrix. And
I know that guy. I used to con him at poker. I used to call him Muffy. He never knew why. And actually, I don't remember why either. But yeah. And
the mesh parts sort of the side, and the thread continues through it.
So when we look at him, do we also see the face that the?
Yeah. As he turns to look at you, you can see a kind of faint like mesh, like mesh is in like a animation style,
Yeah.
Over the Whisper's face, which just very briefly looks like someone else. And then he looks at you like, and you recognize his usual face underneath. But just for a moment, it's almost like all his outlines are wrong.
So the normal one's good, but like I liked the new one there. It was nice. It suited you.
I'm trying to think of a way of saying I've got lots without it sounding like I walk around harvesting.
With his faces just stored somewhere in a room.
Which is a thing that happens. So
I am an accomplished identity thief, apparently.
But also, there are murderers who keep faces.
But I do like the
sell them
idea.
on the dark market.
I like the idea though of like in the cyber world, you do have just like not a real world where you've taken people's faces, but like a cyber world where you just have like mannequins and you're like, I feel like this face today.
And there's faces hanging from let's get off the James Malone and you're like, hello.
Thanks, I
Y'all
hate
looking
it.
for some faces.
It's like return to.
You want to buy a face?
I'm regret inviting you to my game.
All right, so I hate this. Let's keep going.
But yes, the whisper has sufficiently allowed you in, and you step through the golden mesh into what looks like an infinite set of office cubicles that just stretch on into the distance, all plasterboard walls held together with lasers and the faint sound of typing coming from some of them. Every now and then you see signs on the wall saying, the corporation and, slogans from the corporation. Productivity is happiness.
Oh no.
Please report any malfunctioning equipment.
Well, she's not going to be in a cubicle.
Could you imagine if they tried to keep her in a cubicle? This whole place would just be of flames. There'd be little dicks drawn on all the posters. Oh, man.
Who is this? Is she like Zordon?
Who's
I
Zordon?
don't remember Zordon.
No.
He was a floating head. What about Charlie? Angel.
Where did she find him?
Come on. You know who's
20th
Zordon?
century pop culture references.
Dinosaur robot teenage. It was called something like Dino Robot Teenagers. I don't remember the name of the show, but they were like Dino Robot Teenagers.
It looks like something you would have thoroughly enjoyed, and I'm not judging you at all. It's good. I'm glad you remembered that.
Zordon was a god who lived in a tube, and he hated the Moon Witch. I don't remember all the details, right? I'm just, to me, the storyteller is a pretty good game of poker, and she can hold her drinks. She was drinking, I wasn't. I thought that would help me deceive her. It did not. But
this is going so well, and
like Zordon.
I would really love you to continue the story, but also we need to go.
Yeah.
What?
No, nothing.
Right. So I'm going to look at the resourcer and be like, thoughts? Not on Zordon.
Is going to reach into their jacket where they have kind of like a large inner pocket. And from that, they're going to pull an official looking clipboard. And they're going to hand it to the Envisioner, and then they're going to reach in and they're going to pull out a second one and hand it to the Whisper, and then they're going to reach out and pull their own. And it's just going to, in their mind, it adds, like, if you walk, and this is something that is hysterical to me, but is always true, if you walk through anywhere that is full of cubicles with a purpose and some paperwork, no one will stop you. No one will question it.
Could you roll me a d6, please?
I sure can.
Chat, what was the name of that horrible robot that worked for Zordon? Because I cannot for the life of me remember the name of the horrible... He was usually going, Rangers, it's the Moon Witch! And I can't remember. So, it's really frustrating. What was the name of that fucking robot?
Alpha 5, says chat.
Alpha 5.
And two different people got it at the same time. Can I just point out that this is not like a... Like, this is a thing that's known. Look.
Half of those things weren't even dinosaurs. That's the joke.
Right? Saber-toothed tiger? Think it
Saber-toothed
through.
tiger, mastodon,
Think it through.
dragon. One of them was just dragon.
All right, I'm gonna confess something. I didn't know this was a real thing. I thought you were making this up. I thought it was a
Power
bit.
Rangers, Brie.
My talking Power Ranger.
Yeah, but you didn't say the
second.
word Power Rangers, so I thought it was a thing that you were talking about.
Zordon.
Yeah, but I forgot who that was.
He was a god who lived in a tube. That wasn't a lie.
And Rita
No, but-
Repulsa, the moon
Ah,
witch.
Look, I just thought you weren't like making it up, so I was going along with it. And then now I'm like,
All of
oh,
a sudden it all
Bandai.
clicks.
She thought you were so creative.
I really did. I thought you were just making it up.
No, so fun fact. Rita Repulsa wasn't actually a Power Rangers character. She was from this whole other thing. So
Yeah.
every time they cut to Rita, no, seriously. So when they cut to Rita Repulsa talking, she was another character from another Japanese show, and she was saying something unrelated in Japanese. So she was just badly dubbed over.
Hence why she always looked like, what's she doing?
Oh,
That's the
I'm
greatest
just-
info. The more I learn about the Power Rangers, like just as an aside, like the original Power Rangers, the more I learn about how they like took those shows from Japan and brought them into North America, the more I love how wild it was. It was like the Wild West of mushing shit together to make something cheap and entertaining for Americans who were like, I like explosions.
Look, I'd like to think that all of that for Whisper was in character, and
Yeah.
he just like looks over to the side where he sees this like chat box, and he's like, hey, what was the name of that? And then and I'm just looking at him like, okay.
we just see a like a little screen just pop up next to his head, and it goes out 5. He's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, cool.
What did you get on that
Got a
D6 roll?
2.
Okay, so you are able to retrieve clipboards for the Envisioner and the Whisper.
Mm.
But as you reach into the pocket for your clipboard, you actually pull out a small dot that starts flashing and making a kind of noise. Like, it's really loud in your hand.
Is that a good noise? Is that the noise you want it to make?
No.
Drop it. I'm gonna tell her to drop it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is okay. Well, you should,
And the section of the cubicles we're in, I'm moving it to the other side of the room. We're just gonna, like, there it is, boop, boop, on the floor, and we're just gonna go over here on the floor, but a different spot. So it's still going off, it's just now it's over there.
So the whole
I wanna
room
do
seems
that.
to shift, like you're on a a travelator that's just shot you to the side, and suddenly the just seems like kind of in the distance, and you can see flashing from above a cubicle this kind of whirring red light,
Don't worry about it, let's go.
and some heads pop out of cubicles near you. Some of them look like people, some of them look like obviously like digitally altered in some way. Some of them are wearing similar meshes to what the Whisper has. Some of them are sort of blank, expressionless, but sort of everyone's looking like, what's that noise? What's going on? And they look at you and are kind of expectantly because you're holding clipboards and looking official.
don't worry. This is all on the master clipboard. Carry on.
Should we leave?
No, you should not. What's your productivity quotient?
Oh,
Actually, don't tell me. I know your productivity quotient, Janet. 3
No, I
points
think
lower than it should be, Janet. Is that acceptable for you?
I think you've made a mistake. I'm not Jan. I'm
Janet?
Derek.
Janet. According to, according to the master clipboard, Janet,
Oh, wait,
you're
what?
a Janet.
I am?
Well, you've been doing Janet's work, and here at the corporation, you're defined by the work you do, Janet.
Oh,
You know, I wouldn't protest too much because Janet is in line for a promotion.
I am?
So do you want to be poor, sad Derek? Or do you want to pull in Janet's 5 figures? How many figures is good in this setting salary?
9, I think.
9-figure salary, Janet.
I mean, yeah, who's Derek?
Here's a marker. Change your name badge.
I've got a Thank you, sir. And as you turn to walk away, you stride off, full of all the confidence of some people who've. Everyone sort of goes back to their offices, lest they also be miscategorized. And then all of you notice, walking down the corridor ahead of you, three figures, similarly to the people who were in the cubicles, but they walk and sound, even though you're walking on a sort of soft digital floor, and you're all of you dressed in practical, boots for getting about in all different types of spaces. You hear the click, 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 click of smart shoes and high heels on polished floor walking towards you, and see three figures all holding clipboards striding towards the spinning red light and the low alarm. And one of them walks up to you with your clipboards and goes, I see you're already on the scene.
That's right.
What's your jurisdiction in this area?
Internal affairs.
Did Interiority send you?
Yes.
Well, that's funny, because he sent us. Has there been a mix-up?
No,
Are you
not
already
a mix-up.
investigating the alarm?
No, not a mix-up at all. You should really look into that alarm. It's what we call a double blind security sweep. Neither of us is supposed to know what the other is doing, so that we don't get in each other's way. Do you see what I mean?
Mm. Oh, my instructions have been updated. Have yours?
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
Very well, then I suppose you're coming with us. After you. Lead the way.
We better had, hadn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I never caught your name.
No. Derek.
Ah.
My friends call me Janet.
Strange. I'm Michael. My friends call me Michael.
Okay, Michael. Well, it's good to meet you.
And he will point his hand ahead and indicate for you to follow.
Was this not meant to be funny? I don't know what else to do. I was told to play me, and this is kind of how I behave, so...
Yes, it is most definitely supposed to be amusing.
That was amazing.
Nevertheless, lead the way. And the other two fall in line behind the Envisioner and the Resourcer. You are all of you walking the direction that the Whisper decides.
Are we going back now towards the alarm?
No, you are walking the other way.
Okay, we're going to go and see... Okay, right. So... Do you play any cards?
Cards. Janet?
Oh, goodness. Oh, I see we're on nickname basis, are we? Michael. I mean, I know.
I don't believe you'd have told me.
Well, that was by way of a reference.
There are a lot of Dereks in upper central middle management.
So now you'll know me as Derek Janet.
Well, it's how I have you designated in my pad.
Then it's official.
Well, also, if you're answering to Deputy Vice President Interiority, then you're probably on the level. Although, when promotion season comes around, I will crush you.
Friendly banter, chum. Friendly banter. Gotta get those. Do you know who I hear's up for promotion? No, don't do this.
I do love a bit of office goss.
You know that
One of
Janet.
the Michaels, because I hate them.
You know that Janet, who ironically her friends call it Derek.
Oh, I see. I see what you're doing. I understand.
Yeah, what?
Trying to spread false information to see if I pass it on, so then you'll know that it was me that passed the false information in the first place.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
It's not my first office politics rodeo, Janet.
Do you attend all of the office politics rodeos?
Everyone.
Because I'm an office politics cowboy.
Well, I'm the office politics rodeo champion.
I'm in pain.
Well, I'm the
I
office
ride
politics
office
rodeo
politics.
ringleader, Sonny Jim. And I'll tell you something else as well. I heard some pretty unpromising things about your quarterly review.
Well, I heard they call you the office politics rodeo clown.
That's a compliment, because rodeo clowns are hugely entertaining and a vital part of the rodeo.
Entertaining and vital, but not promotion worthy. What's the next step from rodeo clown? Rodeo jester?
A jester is a step down from a clown, Michael. If that is your real nickname.
All licensed jesters maintained high court status in early medieval society.
Is that unsanctioned out-of-work knowledge, Michael? I'm just going to write that on my pad.
Well, I'm going to write something on my pad.
You shouldn't be looking at Wikipedia while you're supposed to be doing your work, Michael.
I don't need to look at Wikipedia. I have a degree from the university.
Oh.
I don't believe you were sent by Deputy Vice President Interiority. What are you really doing here?
Your resistance has been noted.
Your resistance has been noted.
When I'm having dinner with Deputy Vice President Interiority, as I do on a daily basis, because we're pals. When I'm having dinner and joshing around with his adorable family, I will mention this breach of protocol to him, this violation of the corporate handbook for people of your level of the job, which I should note is one step to the side and one down from mine, according to the corporate ladder, which I'm fluent in, Michael.
One of the women who's been walking with Michael clears her throat. Sort of her edges kind of glow like there's a light behind her. She looks at the whisper and says, "Excuse me, Derek? Deputy Vice President Interiority doesn't eat. So how can you be eating dinner with him every day?"
I never said I ate dinner. I said I had dinner with him. We gather the dinner in front of us, and we watch it cool down over a period of time. How dare you speak?
The other woman goes, "My sister's very into that. I hear it's very good."
It gives you an appreciation for finer things when you're not gobbling them up.
Michael writes a few things on his pad, and his signature appears in the air and begins to glow red, a sort of low buzz emanating from it.
Michael, you really are a buzzkill.
What's that supposed to be?
I don't think you enjoy work as much as you pretend to.
Can I summon a door? Like
you're in a hall of cubicles, so there are doors everywhere.
Yeah, I want to make one that goes somewhere else that looks more official than the rest of them, with like a keypad next to it, like something fancy looking that only we can open. Like, so it'll be like, oh, you don't have the clearance. Like, I want it to look like a thing that they didn't know was there because they're not special enough. I want
3d6.
I've got this. I can do this. Please. Oh my god.
You so have this.
Wait, where's my dice roller? Hang on.
I believe in you.
Can we just take like a moment to appreciate how accurate that was to like my experience with corporate life? Like it's specific corporate people, but absolutely. Like there's two ways that it can go. It can either be like really chill or it can be that's it.
So a good number is like 4 and up, right?
Well,
is that how
I just want to know what the numbers are you got.
A 3, a 1, and a 4.
Okay,
so that's 8 total.
So
I don't know how this works.
you reach over to the door in a kind of, oh look, here's our door. And everyone turns and sees that the doorway, that should just be a normal sort of slidey, shitty cubicle doorway, has become like a great vault-looking door with a multi alphanumerical keypad next to it, which looks ridiculous in the plasterboard walls of all the cubicles, but is already sort of sliding open as the Envisioner holds out her hand to it. And the door panel says, "Access granted, Janara."
All right.
Yes, thank you, Janara. Good. Well, sorry, Michael, it's a bit above your pay grade, so I'll catch you at the potluck. I'll want you watching a bean stew.
Please, let's go.
Keep it sleazy, Mike.
The resourcer waves at the other two people that were with Michael. Nice meeting you.
And the Envisioner and the Whisper pass through the door as the resource is waving, sort of walking into a darkness. And as the resourcer reaches the door slams shut for a second.
I mean, the resource is just gonna be like, happens all the time. And they're gonna go back to their handy dandy pocket inside their coat. And they're gonna reach in and they're gonna pull out a key card. And the key card is it's like a clear plastic with some like blue sheen through it. It's got a picture of them and their title that is related to the one that the Whisper said, but they're gonna be down and half a step over from the Whisper because obviously he was the one in charge. And so it's gonna have also underneath that, there's gonna be like a barcode that has their like employee identification number on it that looks like a very valid identification number. And if you scan it, you find that it actually comes up as a Susan. Because Susan is, of course, their nickname.
Of course. You reach over and scan the card through the key card applicator. I don't know. And you just see as the card slides down, it goes in with a picture of your face and Susan, and comes out the bottom with a picture of a young woman with an undercut and sort of long purple hair down the side, who looks like she was kind of surprised when the photo was taken. So she's like, and rather than Susan, it's been scrubbed out and it says sassy. And the door beeps and opens, and you have no time but to step straight through it, lest you be stopped by Michael and his cohorts, and the door slams shut behind you.
Before the door slams shut, I'm going to look Michael dead in the eye and go, "You're fired."
And you pass through the door, the Envisioner and the Whisper stepping into a long corridor, as the Whisper turns back from having fired Michael with a kind of yeah. As you step through, the clipboards that you were holding kind of dissolve into powder, but you both realize Resourcer is not with you.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, we never really established a rapport without the resourcer, did we?
No, this is terrible. It's like when you're at a movies with a friend and one of them's like, "I'm gonna go to the restroom," and they get up and you realize they were the glue. Oh.
Well, this is like that episode where the Red Ranger and the Yellow Ranger are stuck together. And the
You know, I haven't seen that show.
So,
she's not here to stop me from saying mean things to you.
No. I mean, it has some problematic elements. I mean, the Black Ranger was black. I mean, what the hell's that about?
It was archaic.
Those 1990s, so long ago. I mean, it was a different time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they banned most of those episodes, but apparently you don't care about the good of society.
If you know where to look, you can upload anything onto your Hollow Vision.
Yeah.
Holovision is a brand name.
Holovision is a brand name, right? Sorry. What's the generic term for that?
Laser socket.
I'm done talking to you. We need to find the resourcer.
And Envisioner, as you are stood on the threshold of this door you invented, you see that in front of you there are two halves of the corridor, one going one way, one coming back, like they're travelatering along. And on the one stretching ahead of you, you can see that there is a thin gold line running across the top of the escalator. Travelator.
Well, I'm not leaving her behind. Oh no.
Oh, follow your lead.
All right, so it was a disaster when I tried to summon the storyteller. But maybe I can try and summon the resourcer, like bring her pocket of the net to our pocket of the net. Because I'm not going to be envisioning her death. It'll be envisioning our friendship. And the way her face gently squished under my fingers earlier.
That sounds like a plan. So when I said Princess Celestia and you just completely blanked me, was that rudeness or?
Oh, I was thinking. I did react to that in my head, and then I forgot to say it out loud, which happens a lot.
Fairly obvious, you know what's going on with that whole situation. Do it. Do it.
Okay, can I have one of those weird soda lime things? Can you do that again?
I really hope so, because that was a complete fluke, but it actually turned out to be delicious. Izzy, I'm going to try and conjure that green fizzy drink with a solid brown cube of ice in it, please.
Roll me 2d6.
Excellent. Let me remember how to do that.
Oh, please. I want one.
I got a 4 and a 4.
Oh, then yeah. You reach into your inner pocket and pull out a frosty glass full of green with a brown cube in it, 2 straws and a paper umbrella.
Why are there 2 straws? 2 for me.
That was not intended as an overture.
Okay.
Between you and me, just while it's the two of us, it occurs to me, actually, have you ever heard of imposter syndrome?
Yes.
Because it seems to me, I've just realized that when I met the storyteller, I told her I was very good at networking, and she might have meant this, but I actually did just mean socially. And now I've realized I might have been brought on board under false pretenses.
That's valid first. It's a valid fear that you're having. The thing is, she's smarter than that.
Right.
And you just proved that she was right because you got us way farther than we should have gotten in that office disaster hellscape. That was awful. I keep using that word, but it's just hellscape it's so works in this context. I just needed you to know that. Anyway, so you're fine. Let's never speak of this again. This is delicious.
I'll try and make it a thing.
Tastes like lime. Just lime. It doesn't taste lime flavored. It tastes like lime.
And then like the little Coke thing, I poke it. It's great. So, all right. Filled with happiness and, maybe a little bit of friendship, whatever this is. This is nice. Going to... You don't want to touch Whisper, but I'm gonna just look...
Sticky?
No, I just...
My textures are all fine.
Okay, then after a little hesitation and like some mumbling about stickiness, I'm gonna like loop my arm through his arm like link arms.
Gotcha.
And try to bring the resourcer to us. Like merge the spaces together. Hopefully it doesn't create some kind of horrible side effect. I hope there's some helps happening here because God.
You feel a little smush on your face. Little smush. Then on the other side, a little smush, and then both sides, and then you get a mouthful of paper clips.
She loves paper clips.
What? I'm not completely sure I know what paper is. Do I know what paper is? Is that a thing we have?
Sometimes. All right. This is helpful.
I'm really
Oh,
upset
good.
that
I
I
was
do
thinking it
actually
was
love
useless.
paper clips.
I know you do. That's why I said it.
I know you do. That's why I did it.
I hate you both so much.
Next thing, you just need to summon an Excel spreadsheet in front of us. Like, that's it.
You know,
There she is.
had
I found
this-
her.
I had these paper clips once that had this little, like, lip. It was really satisfying because you have to bend the paper clip. You just go, and it just this little lip was there, and it just lifted up, and everything just slotted in beautifully.
Oh, I would pay extra for that.
And so, holding a handful of moist paper clips, the Whisper talking about some paper clips he used to know about. We will cut to the Resourcer strides through a door with the key card, the sassy key card in hand, and walks down a like a beautiful marble hallway, like it's some super hyper executive space, and it's all lined with doors that all seem to be bathrooms.
God, they are so. What is it, like one bathroom per person? This is pathetic. It's wasteful. And I want to pee in every single one.
Oh, same.
You realize, of course, quite quickly that the Envisioner and the Whisper aren't with you.
Mm.
What do you do?
I can just kind of like stop for a second and regroup, because obviously the door closing and then reopening has opened into a different instance, and so we are no longer in the same space, which is fine, but it means I need to figure out a way to make a space that will take me to their space. So
you feel a weight in your pocket.
Oh, thank God.
Your big inner pocket.
Oh, I love that. I'm gonna reach in and fish around in that inner pocket.
You pull out a can of soda.
Is it lime flavored?
It's so you don't recognize the brand. It seems to be covered in sort of foreign language, maybe Korean or Japanese or something. But across the center, in a sort of pink and gold stripe, is the brand of the soda, which is which says Mara lime soda.
I think, like, if ever there was a time where I'm gonna stop and have a soda break, it's gonna be right now.
As you turn it around, you can see that the regular ingredients listed, and then the mascot on the back of the can of soda, which seems to be the Whisper in a lime green suit doing this.
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah, she's gonna crack that thing open and have a drink.
As you crack into it, just all around you, there's a sort of shimmer in the net, and you just hear like a very faint sort of jingle of music, and it goes, and it finishes with
I feel like I just have an ad existing around me. Yeah, just gonna take it.
And you get an urge to drink it, like with the brand name tilted out,
angled out. Yeah, like at the audience. It's gonna be a little. Wouldn't think that I'd want something with someone I know's face on it, but that's actually pretty good. Huh.
Tastes like lime. Just
Like lime.
Does it say I'm missing?
No, you're the mascot for the soda.
The mascot and CEO of the soda company.
It's efficient, okay? There's nothing wrong with that.
Mara.
I think after taking a
stood
sip.
in a corridor full of bathrooms with Japanese jingle playing behind you, drinking a lime soda with a hint of cola.
So there, I'm gonna reach into my pocket again, but this time what I'm pulling out is a small tracking device. And what it does is it is attuned to the visionary, because it's the person I'm most connected with, so I feel like it's the person would be easiest for me to like create. And what it does is it tracks her mental waves. So wherever
Lots of them. They're very chaotic.
Roll me a d6.
Okay. 4.
Okay, so what happens is you pull out the tracking dot, which kind of, you expect to be kind of digital, that sort of beeps at you, and you holding your soda in one hand, it sort of crumples in your hand like it's tinfoil, and then you pull it, and it's like it's turned into paper, and it seems to be like a theme park map, to like some theme park you don't know, but the sort of maps where they have 3D drawings of the rides, but instead of the rides, it is rooms like on a Cluedo board, and atop it says Sassyland, and it has a big arrow saying "You are here." By Toilet Alley, and there is a little flashing light on the map at the library, on which is propped a candlestick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna start heading towards the library.
Is the toilet thing a reference?
Nope.
But I really,
hilarious.
and it's amazing. Like, I cannot express to you how much I would love to just be somewhere where there's bathrooms everywhere. I can just use them to my content.
I am trying to create a magical digital world that is ever changing, and I decided an alley for the toilets.
No, for sure. Yeah.
It's good.
I'm so compelled by the narrative, and I think that is in large part due to the toilet corridor.
But all this talk with toilets, I really need to take a break.
Yes, so I'm just going to take a break in just 30 seconds. So as the resourcer heads off down the corridor, sipping her Mara brand lime cola brand soda, the Whisper is walking next to the Envisioner, looking at the paper clips in their hand, trying to figure out where to go next. Whisper, you realize that you are wearing a little sort of circa early 2000s Bluetooth earpiece that begins to jingle at you with a kind of funky bossa nova, but on a MIDI beat.
Then may I answer in an early 2000s way? Go for Whisper.
I'm talking to.
Mr. Whisper, you have unpaid library fines. Please come and pay them.
Oh God, no.
And above your heads, a sign appears like it's on an airplane telling you to put your seatbelts on, but it just says, library ahead.
Yep. Let's go to the library. I've never seen a book.
The time has come.
And as you step forward, still holding a handful of wet paper clips.
I'm gonna give them to her.
Thanks! These have been in your mouth.
Are we going to have to bind up all the books with them? Is that how this is going?
She won't care.
Somehow in this Cyberpunk?
So,
I'm gonna put them in my pocket. I'm not just gonna like hold them.
Hold the
want to
drink.
pee or not, Brie? And so, as you travel forward towards this mythical library, unpaid fines or not, I am going to call a quick 10-minute break, go get some tea, and for God's sake, go to the bathroom.
And stretch. Don't forget your stretches.
Don't forget stretch down Toilet Alley. What's up, Trash Fam? Welcome back to the second half of the stream.
That's my favorite song.
It's no copyright intended for any music. That wasn't music. I hope you had a very productive break. I hope you hydrated. I hope you stretched. I hope you had a little pee break. I was visited by the tea butler. Let us know if you're OG Trash Fam and that has any meaning for you. But just so that you all know, this is a positive story. You can start off your career as a tea butler and end up as Magic Trash, the magicest, trashiest trash member. Look at him go.
Yeah.
Now he makes his own tea. And also mine.
Rags to riches.
Rags to riches to rags again.
I'm just enjoying the glitter. That's
right. I love the glitter. I'm so down.
Like, it is honest to God, beard glitter. This isn't just glitter I put in my beard, it's actual beard glitter. And it comes in a pack of like all rainbow colours. So if you were really dedicated, you could go like red to purple. You know.
Why didn't you then? Why aren't you dedicated?
I only actually have purple.
Oh, is that why the sink is so purple now?
Yeah, but it's actually really easy to clean up glitter.
Yeah, so I hear. No one calls it craft herpes.
Nor should they.
Well, they do.
Oh,
anyway.
yes.
So, if you weren't here at the start of the session, where the fuck were you? We were waiting. We waited the whole time just for you to arrive. And it got tedious. You know, we're very sick of each other's company now. So the fact that you're here now is, great. But also, like, and get a watch. Like, would it kill you to be more punctual? We followed the adventure of the Resourcer, the Envisioner, and the Whisper as they travelled through the net to locate their lost comrade, the Storyteller, who had been taken captive in a previous adventure by the Corporation. Yes, this is as generic as Cyberpunk comes, because I don't care, because they're all just names. Isn't names just all fiction? It's meta. The tea. Hot tea. Okay. Let your tea cool down before you drink it, kids, because otherwise it burns everything. So this lipstick is bullish.
Remember that watch we were talking about?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Watch the watch. So as we left them, the Envisioner and the Whisper were separated from the Resourcer, but were both converging on the location called the library. And both parties approached from either side, and above a door, there is a great, like sort of a Gothic sign that says library, like it's an old-fashioned library in the middle of some red brick city street.
I have no memory of this place.
Cool. I didn't ask that question. Who are you talking to?
Actually, I've seen these. They used to have these, okay? They're called libraries. In the old days.
Okay.
Well, in the old days, books, okay, were stamped onto wood pulp. And what they would do after they'd stamped the books onto the wood pulp is they'd sew them up in leather covers, and then they'd put them here. And no one would borrow them, but they put them here anyway.
That seems so wasteful.
They did it for thousands of years, and no one knows why.
That's okay. Well, thanks for telling me this before I could ask.
The last library standing was the Great Bowman Library. And I understand the proprietor of that library stood on its steps with a giant machine gun, keeping away all the people who'd come to close it down.
That's so sad.
And as you pass through the door having this conversation, you see two things. You see the Resourcer coming through the other door at the other end, holding a map and a can of soda. And as both parties enter, the doors slam closed. With a sort of metallic clang, even though the doors are clearly made of wood. And a hologram appears in the center of the room. Welcome to the Last Bowman Library.
Hey, it worked. He did it.
Okay,
Kindly
well,
ensure there are
what
no
else, guys?
overdrawn fees.
Overdraw. I don't have any fees. How could I possibly have fees? I never borrowed books in the library. I stole them. Okay? Those aren't fees. Those are crimes.
You don't say that out loud. What's wrong with you?
I'm gonna get machine gunned now.
Probably
Please do not
not.
shout in the library.
I'm going to get machine gunned now.
Well, you can just pay them later. Tell them you don't have it on you. You'll pay it once we're done with the books.
I'll get Michael to pay it.
He seemed stuck up and confusing.
He was delightful.
Yeah. No.
No. No.
Okay, so we're here in the place.
I'm going to go up to the help desk. Is there a help desk?
Yeah, the hologram in the center is stood behind a desk. It is of a man in a worn suit with mustache and glasses. The plaque before him reads, "The Librarian."
Ah. Are you a reference database?
I am the librarian.
Good. That sounds like the same thing. I'm looking for any books you have on resources.
For that, you will need to speak with the resourcer. And he points to the resourcer.
Oh, hi, resource. I'll be with you in a minute. Now,
No, you idiot!
What? Oh, hi.
You work here now, apparently. I'm gonna squish your face.
Sir, you have late fees.
That seems deeply unlikely.
Sir, our systems tell us that you have late fees.
Well, library drone, I don't know what to tell you. I've never used the library because it's the future.
According to this, you have had the big book of stories for some time now.
I'm fairly sure I returned that. Could you check again?
He reaches out his hand and a big book ledger appears and he scrolls through. Nope. You owe us the big book of stories. Or your late fees.
And what, hypothetically, would those late fees be for someone who actually did owe them, which I don't?
What do you have on your person at the moment?
I've got
soda.
this. No, he can have my soda over my cold, dead body. So I have a real life library fees story that might actually cause Mr. Bowman to reach out of my screen and kill me. So after graduating, a year after graduating, I joined my university's library as an alumnus and borrowed books and all this. I'm terrible at books from libraries. Like I basically pay a subscription fee monthly of late fines. Anyway, so the year came to an end. All my books were returned and all that jam. And I got on with my life, not realizing that I actually owed them about 30 quid in late fees. So about 5 years later, the library emailed me just to say, by the way, you have 30-something pounds of late fees. And I was like, oh Jesus, I didn't know. Can I pay them off? How do I pay them off? And I got a follow-up email saying, sorry, I can see these fees are quite some years old. We'll just wipe those out for you.
So just wait indefinitely and no more fees. Obviously, the Whisper has been telling this story to off-screen.
Yeah, so I volunteered to pay these fees I'd completely forgotten about.
Sir, fascinating as that story is, you still need to pay your late fees.
Would these paper clips help?
Those paper clips are moist.
Ah, but that's where they get their nutrients.
Sir, we will accept your pants.
What?
We will accept your pants as payment.
Do you mean trousers?
Yes, I'm American.
Ah,
Can you
good.
tell?
Yes.
I got that.
I did too. I'm really proud. That was really well done.
That's trousers for our English view.
Trousers. Yes. Well, you can have my trousers. That's absolutely fine.
Thank you. Drop them in the slot over there.
Yeah, for sure. Folded or just dump them in.
However you like, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna take off my trousers and put them. And I'm gonna go up to the library. Excuse me.
Yes.
You have a lost and found? And separate question: has anyone lost any trousers or a skirt? I mean, something. I'm assuming I no longer meet the library's dress code.
This library has no dress code, but Deputy Vice President Interiority did leave some things here when he was last visiting.
Might I take a look at those things?
Of course.
I don't know how comfortable I am going on. Okay. What has Deputy Vice President in charge of resourcing interiority left?
So most of it in here is just, bits of stationery and stuff. But you find a perfectly neatly folded pair of trousers that are pink and lime striped with glowing blue piping.
They are
Like
super
Tron.
trendy. That is like
Wow,
the
these
thing
trousers-
to wear right now.
These trousers slap. Okay, I guess I'll put on the very snazzy, zooty trousers.
They immediately begin to glow and the piping kind of moves like it's electricity.
Oh, this is the most cyberpunky thing. Why are there trousers here?
Why are there not trousers not here? I'm really not good at this. I'm trying to be nice to you.
Is it charitable of you? But really, I'm just trying to find out why it is perfectly ordinary for what is apparently quite a high-ranking business person to leave garments in libraries.
You think
I
he just
feel
like
like-
strips down places?
I feel like he's not a person.
I've always thought interiority wasn't a person, and I've always thought that if he was a person, he'd be the kind of person that just leave garments in libraries.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
resource it.
Yes.
You have a book here waiting for you.
Oh, thank God. I was going to say, you're not getting my pants.
It was checked out a while ago by Mr. Malloy, but it's back in now and it's ready for you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
He
Just no idea
slides the
what
book.
this is.
He slides the book across the table, and it is a big leather-bound book that reads The Big Book of Stories.
Hold up. So I did return it, just for the record.
So
I'm sorry, sir, I don't understand.
Well, you have the book that I allegedly never returned.
Sorry, sir, I don't understand.
Well, joke's on you because I have an upgraded trouser situation now. I'm actually, and I don't mean this in a smutty way, I am very well endowed in the trouser department just now.
It's true, you could probably rent a whole apartment with those.
These trousers are my credit score. Like, I walk up to someone, I'm like, check these babies out. And they're like, sir, can I offer you this platinum credit card?
For credit
Check
cards,
this out.
you'll need the credit department, sir.
The library? Is this library also a bank? Do you broker mortgages too?
What's a mortgage?
A mortgage is roughly what one of your library fines costs.
I didn't know you could pay a mortgage off in pants, sir.
You'd be surprised what you can buy with pants. I imagine these trousers were a tip left for your staff by interiority. Do you have staff?
Resourcer
Let's look at this book.
Yeah.
is the book to your liking. You can easily settle into one of our reading nooks if you like.
Thank you. I think I will.
He holds out a hand, and some glowing lights appear, leading a trail down to a little, perfectly comfortable looking circle of squashy sofas.
I think we should have a look at where this book came from. Because I certainly did not request it. So,
And as you walk away, the lights turn off behind you, and you can no longer see the desk.
so efficient. Love it.
Do you settle into the comfortable sofas?
Oh, for sure. Cross-legged too, like fold up like a pretzel. It's the only way to be comfy.
My head is in your lap looking up at this book now.
Mm-hmm. Propped
Your
open.
Whisper, your trousers crinkle when you sit down like crisp packets.
Like they're made of foil or something.
It's like the ultimate sign of luxury.
Do you remember when clothes used to be made of cloth?
Ugh. It's a
What
sad
the-
time. Yeah, so I guess we'll just start flipping the book open.
You open the book. It only opens to the first page, where is written on the title page, which reads Big Book of Stories, in hasty pencil. I'm going to read this out, and I will read this out more if you need me to. Upon and told well once the time it ended storyteller this.
I will take that again if you don't mind.
Bien sûr. She says, pulling her pen lid off. Upon and told well once the time it ended storyteller this.
Okay. Puzzle time.
Huddle time.
Puzzle, not puddle. I know. You know. Okay. Here we go. Once upon a time.
I mean, that one's a gimme.
Shut up. The storyteller told this story and it ended well. That has to be it.
As the
Fuck, that was
envisioner-
quick.
As the envisioner reads out those words, the pages of the book begin to flutter, and the book drops out of the resource's hands, basically dropping straight through the floor and leaving a tight spiral metal staircase leading down.
She always did like the theatrics.
It's just so over the top, but just the right amount.
Yeah. Perfection. You were
Okay.
muted, Sable.
And you
Let's
missed.
skip down these stairs excitedly.
Mm-hmm.
Off on an adventure that will end well for sure, of course.
She said it would.
Do you remember the tale of the little girl who skipped downstairs excitedly? She died.
There's our handrail.
I am going to walk unexcitedly down the stairs. These are spiral stairs, okay? These were designed to kill knights. Read in a book.
Okay.
Wow.
Maybe I'll skip a little less excitedly then, but like you can't entirely
Never
erase how
skip
excited.
down. You could never skip downstairs.
As you skip down the stairs, excitedly or not, the handrail that you hold on to, which is entwined with sort of fairy lights, twinkles into light as you go down and down and down and start to feel a little bit dizzy.
Oh,
And
great.
all around you start to hear distant voices saying things like, security breach detected, venting the library, security breach detected, abnormal source located, tracing source.
Oh, is it that Nando's lemon and herb stuff?
I hear that's the secret ingredient of Mara soda.
Ugh. Cheeky soda.
Cool. Can I be erasing the stairs behind us?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So someone's gonna go through that doorway and fall on top of us. Oh no.
Security breach detected. Tracing source. Abnormal source detected. Security breach. Venting library.
Venting.
Oh, there goes your pants.
My pants!
They were cloth. Who cares?
I know. So in cotton trousers. I'm inferior.
They were a cotton polymer alloy.
I've got these, what I think is some sort of titanium foil trousers that I'm wearing. I couldn't be happier.
In fact, Whisper, as you start going down the stairs, and you're moving, quickly but steadily, and your legs are getting a bit warm, you hear a very faint, and little fans puff out your trouser legs as they cool your thighs.
What?
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
That's the innovation that trousers have needed all these centuries, isn't it? Little fans to come out and keep everything sticking over. In a
I know that everything else is like a hellscape, but man, the future is beautiful.
Can I ask, Izzy, do these fan trousers exist in real life, or do they exist only in the net? Like, could I, when I come out of the net in the simulation, go out to my nearest Cyberpunk tailor and like buy some fan trousers?
If you integrate them properly into your matrix, then you can probably download them once you leave the net.
What does that mean?
The musician can probably get them for you.
What, we can like 3D print them?
Yeah.
Out of
That's
titanium.
what you just said.
Do we have the material?
The musician can download them when you leave the net.
And we shouldn't.
What
We shouldn't ask.
is so difficult about that?
Yeah, I guess obviously I'm the one who said something patently absurd there, and I withdraw it and apologize for it.
Right, I accept your apology. I'm glad we can both be big about this.
Well, one of us. You're still like 5'3".
Hey!
Wow. I'm gonna say
Like being a
something about
giant.
low blows, but
Fuck me!
look, I sat on it for a little bit, but it had to come out.
Gordon!
Go
Bennett.
blimey! Go blimey!
Look, I'm really tall. There's not many times for being tall to come into play.
So as you shitheads run down the stairs,
I skip merrily.
you skip merrily. As you hold on to the armrail going down, you can hear the voice get slightly louder, and in the distance you can see a lot of lights that begin to buzz in as if security drones are coming your way.
Jerks.
Triangulating source. Triangulating source. Triangulating source.
Throw him off. Throw him off.
I wish it would stop saying sauce.
All right, I'm gonna create. I'm gonna reach into my pocket, and I'm gonna pull out what looks like a cloth, and I'm just gonna keep pulling
Cloth?
it. Yeah, no, not actually cloth, but like it feels kind of like a mesh fabric. I'm gonna keep pulling, and it's quite large. And it actually, what it is when thrown on, it's kind of an invisibility cloak. It essentially just causes information to bounce off of it. And so it eliminates our presence and just reflects kind of the natural environment around and what the net would expect to find there instead of...
So you wrap yourself up in the cloth.
All three of us. I just
yeah.
not just me.
Just a cup of Whispers.
Well, she's gone.
Yon, suckers.
Wait a second. My trousers have. Wait a second. My trousers. I'm gonna help out with this, if I may, because these are Deputy Chief Inspector King Interiority trousers, are they not? And therefore they will have his transponder chip in them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a clipboard, okay, and I'm going to note down, because I've identified the security threat. So while we're hiding and the drones are confused, I'm going to divert them. Michelson has now been identified as the security threat.
Unfortunately, as you are reaching into your pocket for a clipboard, knowing full well that's not your ability.
Well, I don't know.
Wait, do we not still have them? Did they disappear?
That you pat your trousers down, and the scanny droids say, "Patch of nothing detected. Patch of nothing appears to have devoured Deputy Vice President Interiority.
Whoops.
Code red.
How is there a code for that circumstance? How is that
It
something
happens
they
more
planned?
often than you
Code
think.
red. Code Domitella. And stairs beneath you give out, so you're basically on a chute, flying you downwards.
In this setting, is Domitella the brand name of a particularly violent shade of red?
Yeah.
All right.
Domitella red. It's it's a popular lipstick shade.
Hands out in front of me, there is now a toboggan underneath of us. And I don't know if a toboggan is something that's commonly used outside of Canada, or if that's a very Canadian sled.
That's very Canadian.
Sports. Like, what? God, that could be anything.
So, because you live in a city and in a post-apocalyptic society, what happens instead is that your feet take on, like, your shoes gain a sort of plastic scoop underneath, because that's the only kind of toboggan I had as a child. And you skim faster and faster down the stairs with the Envisioner at the front, on her bum, panicking. And then as the lights begin to give out around you, the giant invisibility cloak puffs out like a huge parachute.
All of this was planned by me, by the way. Just
The
so that
resourcer makes an undignified kind of clap noise.
I very much will believe that until the day I die, that this was all planned, and I'm going to be impressed like forever.
And you are all sent skittering across the floor, feeling a little bit winded, but also fine because you're in a dream. And the Whisper, your Bluetooth earpiece that you threw away rings again.
Yeah, obviously. I assume it extends up out of one of the pockets of the flashy trousers. Go for interiority. I'm going to bluff this out.
Who?
A Whisper.
Was that you?
Yeah. I was bluffing something out, ma'am.
You all right?
Yes.
Okay, it's me.
You would not believe the trousers they have here.
Are you all right? You've been hit on the head.
Maybe.
Oh, the others with you.
Yes.
He's talking to himself again.
Okay,
He's got a phone.
Oh, it makes more sense.
You've come to the edge of what I can see on my system. It looks like you're going the right way, but it also looks like once you go in, I'm not going to be able to get you out.
Oh, hold on. Am I talking to the musician?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Who do you think you were talking to, you pillar?
Doesn't matter. Carry on.
Who's Michael?
Don't know.
You're lying here and you just keep muttering the name Michael. It's creepy.
There are some forms of social bullying that can only take place in person, and no doubt I am trying to remind myself that this chode exists so that I can come out in real life and punch his throat.
All right, stay focused.
I will.
So yeah, I can give you what help you need now, but once you go in, it's all up to you.
I don't know. We'll be all right.
I hope so. I just thought I'd let you know.
Okay, good luck.
Is there a joke I'm not in on?
No. Well, maybe.
Right, well I've got my own jokes.
Maybe, because the Resourcer and the Envisioner do whisper to each other an awful lot.
Right, so cliquey.
I know.
I'm never in on their jokes.
I know. They're just
with my music. They're always with their pin boards and their socks.
Yeah, they were separated for about 5 minutes and it was blissful.
Well,
they weren't rubbing up against each other, making cooing noises constantly. so productive. We got so much done.
Well,
Okay.
if the envisioner doesn't come back, I'm having her chocolate.
I can't hear that though, so I don't know.
I'll be sure to pass that on.
Okay. Well, I'm going to open the door for you now. Be good.
Okay.
If you can't be good, don't get caught.
Okay.
And the earpiece in your ear just kind of explodes.
Ow. Okay.
Wait, what are you passing on? What are you saying?
I'm passing on that wasn't the person I thought it was, but she's going to eat your chocolate.
That's fine.
And she said that friendship is bad, and that you two specifically are bad.
Oh, see, I think you're not telling us anything that is true, and so we should continue.
To be forewarned.
Ahead of you, you hear the rattle of chains, and a heavy steel barricade begins to rise very slowly, and beyond is a glowing blue light.
That's okay.
Oh no.
Let's go get the storyteller.
Do it.
Okay. Friendship ahoy! I'm gonna link arms with everybody.
And you all Wizard of Oz your way through the door, and as you do, you hear, like playing from an old speaker above your head, the walking music from the Wizard of Oz. You're out of the woods, you're out of the dust, you're out of the light.
Sorry, I can't turn it off.
And beyond, you see a whole bank of like black sort of obelisks with sort of blue wiring all over them, like some sort of futuristic server room. And in sympathy, the Whisper's trousers begin to go again. And ahead of you, you can see one of these servers where the wiring is gold, not blue.
That means she's got an idea.
More like, let's just go over there, because that's it.
Let's go.
No, don't go over there.
What's happening, Whisper?
I'd have thought, but I couldn't think of a way of phrasing it that didn't sound really weird.
Oh yeah, nothing weird can happen in this game.
I do slightly trust you now, though. So if you're saying no out loud, I will stop.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't go no out loud.
Oh, okay.
That would invite questions.
Okay.
You walk down the rows of servers, hearing them all and whisper.
Yes.
Oh no.
I know the solution to this problem. I remove my trousers. No. Hold on.
You're doing this an awful lot lately.
No,
What's happening?
twice. And twice. On both times explicable. Okay?
I have a question before you do. Do you have like the boxes with little hearts on them?
No.
I was thinking about that earlier. I guess little hearts are a bit of a cliche. Could they be like cyberpunk hearts?
Yeah, like little digital hearts.
Can they actually look like actual human hearts?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm removing the trousers, the interiority trousers.
Oh no.
And
Go on.
right, because I think the Whisper thinks that this is all part of musician's cunning plan, and so the trousers are actually a security key that will help us to access these servers. Well, they started humming in sympathy, and they've got similar, like, patterns of light on them, right? So he's going to start poking around the trousers, see if there's some sort of, I don't know, is there something in the trousers I can poke into things?
So you can find
that I said.
You can find the sort of the circuitry of the trousers, but as you begin to poke, the blue wiring begins to like flare red, and a little speaker within the trousers begins to go, Deputy Vice President Interiority, you have uncovered shins. Your shins are unsanctioned. Please return your trousers. Deputy Vice President Interiority, you have uncovered shins. Your shins are unsanctioned. Return the trousers immediately.
I am not going to be told that I have shins that are not sanctioned. I'm going to ignore this, and I'm going to try to continue my endeavor to get the trousers to interface with the server obelisks.
Do you go to the gold obelisk?
Yeah, I reckon so. And I'm going to hold the trousers in one hand. Right, so this is going to be really dramatic. I'm going to walk up the obelisk, hold the trousers in one hand, put my other hand on the obelisk and go, Initiate access protocol, Interiority Alpha 7.
So, from the top of the server, which is quite warm, as servers tend to be, you hear a noise. And everyone looks up, and a little face peers out at you from the top of the server. It is a little chestnut cat.
You, server guardian, hello. Are you just a cat? I told you cats could come here. Are you just a cat or are you a thing?
I don't find cats often do the thing that you need it to do.
Is this her? The whole thing. Is this her?
You often meow. Oh, is this disrespectful to remove my trousers? Should I put them back on?
I feel like you really should.
I'm just gonna put my trousers back on, and I think
Thanks.
if we all just have the good grace and decency to pretend I didn't take them off and try to use them as a talisman, that'd be great.
Thank you for returning your trousers to the optimal trouser position, Deputy Vice President Interiority. Have a good day.
Was this alert built because Interiority frequently removes his trousers when it was not appropriate to do so?
Clearly.
Thank you for restoring your trousers to the optimal trouser position, Deputy Vice President Interiority. Have a nice day. And then the cat jumps on the whisper.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep.
It's not her. She's not a cat.
No.
She's not a cat, she's a people.
She's a people.
Is this cat a people? What are you after? What do you need?
Look, I need to know if this is a people or a cat because I need to like I have the thing that the musician gave me to restore her. But if this is a cat and I put a cat in her body, she will never forgive me and this cat will be blind.
If you put it on the cat and the cat isn't a person, then nothing's going to happen, is it?
You would hope so.
I think you should. I don't know. She's never like this with me. She normally rubs her face against me. She's bunted.
Maybe you weren't that
I'm
close.
bunted.
That's definitely a thing she did. A lot.
Okay. I'm gonna
The cat turns around on your shoulder, stands up, puts their ass in your face, and then jumps from your shoulder to the floor.
Ow, okay.
I'm going to immediately bend down and coax it over, see if it wants to be picked up.
You get figure-of-8'd.
Ugh. I won't reach in my pocket and pull out a kitty treat.
Roll me a d6.
You're gonna do a kitty translator. I was like, yeah, let's talk to the cat.
Is it a little dish with lime
It's
and
a 6.
A 6. Yes, from your pocket. Thank you, Sable. From your pocket, you pull out a dish of cream, and like very quickly have to like write it so you don't spill cream all in your pocket. You get some on your hand.
I'm going to hunker down and set it on the floor.
And the cat moves onto its side.
Great. I assume this is some sort of monster that has been generated by the net to distract us from our task.
True. I'm very distracted. I'm gonna look at the server again. It's the one with all the gold wires.
Mm-hmm. Sort of glowing in places.
Is there a place for the thing that the musician gave me to boop into a hole?
No.
Oh no.
But roll me 2d6.
Okay. Here we go. Ah, a 6 and a 5.
Ooh,
That's
very
really good.
tasty. Okay. Then there's you look all around the server and there's a whole bunch of like buttons and bits and pieces, and it's all very future tech. And on the other side there is a small sort of old fashioned little sort of what's it called?
Floppy disk drive?
No, the monitors, the
Oh.
old electromagnetic monitor things. But very small. And as you walk around to it, it sort of buzzes.
I found a thing. What do you do with this?
A number of images flash onto the screen as you stood watching it. One of them shows a sort of glass-roomed chamber with a figure in it. You can't make out the figure's face. Another of them is a stack of books that all fall over. And one of them is a cat weaving its way through the server room. And at last, it's a little sort of 8-bit animation of fireworks.
Beep, 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 beep.
It's the cat. It has to be the cat.
We have to blow up the cat?
No. Look, the storyteller knows that I'm not the brains of the operation. I'm the get-to-itiveness. I'm the, that's great. Let's do it. And sometimes she has to spell things out for me. And this clearly says, we went into the place, we went through the library, we found her book clue, and now she is a cat.
The cat gets up, yawns, and runs away.
It's not the cat.
Oh no!
Can we not?
Sometimes I'm wrong.
Can we not follow it? I think it wants us to follow it.
We're going. Let's go. The cat is the way.
This is the way.
Don't tell her that I almost stuck this on a cat.
You thought I was a cat?
You'll never know.
Turns a corner, and for a few minutes, as you're following it, you follow. Then you see the cat at the end of the row. Run to where the cat is. The cat's at the end of another row, and you run around playing silly buggers for a little bit, chasing a cat, until the cat leads you to a huge bank of monitors of all different types: modern, old-fashioned, old phone screens, old antennae TV, black and white, all buzzing, showing different random things that you think might be stuff that's happening all over the net. And the cat sort of rolls around in front of it.
Is one of them Michael being dragged off by security drones?
Yes.
Good.
And one of them is a whole rack of those trousers.
Fuck.
Ooh.
He discarded them because he didn't even care about them.
I love you, trousers. I won't throw you away.
Bowman made a good point a little while ago. I did just assume these trousers were clean when I put them on, but who discards clean trousers? Are these trousers clean?
Yeah, they're self-cleaning trousers.
Interiority is a dirty boy, and I want to make sure that all is well.
Interiority just likes throwing trousers away. It's his hobby.
What a queen, honestly. It's just like, when he has a tantrum, he just takes off his garments. Just, no! I don't like this book. Here's my trousers. Good day, sir. And he walks off in his little Y-front briefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly what he does.
Or he's too rich for Y-front briefs and he's freeballing everywhere. I don't know.
He has special titanium trousers, underpants.
Right.
I nearly said pants, and then in my brain I was like, no, not pants, trousers. No, I did mean pants. America, why?
Y-front briefs.
Okay, on these monitors,
Rolling around
right?
in front of a million billion screens.
Is there any, like, on any of the monitors, do we see a glass room with a person?
Do you see the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
Of course we do.
But it's in Polish.
Makes about as much sense, to be honest.
Okay. This cat led us here for a reason.
Is that a sentence you thought you'd say today?
No.
No.
My bacon.
Go on. Go on.
No, I forgot because so in the story that Izzy originally sent, I had bacon. And I just misplaced it in my head because you were talking about chocolate earlier. And I forgot that it was chocolate, you said. And so I was going to say my bacon's on the line. But I was like, wait, nobody knows what I'm talking about except Izzy.
I mean, your
Chocolate
bacon also is on the line.
on the line.
But you
My
also know
chocolate's
that the
on the
musician
line.
doesn't eat, you know that the musician doesn't eat meat. So.
Yeah, but I meant to say chocolate. This is a disaster. In character, I said my chocolate's on the line. That's what I said.
Okay. So in character, I'm going to respond this. What do you mean your bacon's on the line? What does that mean?
That's not what I meant. Okay. So another look at these screens.
Is the cat pawing at one of the screens in particular?
No, just rolling around.
Can I get rid of irrelevant screens as they are not relevant?
Okay.
Like seeing Michael being dragged off, like, not that one.
As you sort of approach the screens, thinking, how can I turn this off? A sort of a holographic simulacra of you steps out of you and then swings a sledgehammer, smashing the screen. Steps back into you.
That's how I feel. Accurate. Okay.
And you start kind of walking down, and like screens get smashed here and there, and just bits are flying everywhere, and sparks and noise and.
Yes. This is something I would do.
Until you're left with an old monitor that you didn't see before that reads, "Once upon a time, the storyteller told this story and it ended well."
Oh. Can I put my hand on it?
You put your hand on it and it pushes into the wall, expanding outwards to leave a sort of small porthole big enough for a person to climb through.
Into the hole. I say it as I go into the hole. More of that excited happiness.
Onward.
You shoot the hole. The three of you go in. The cat jumps up after.
Bring the cat now.
Through the other side, you see a large glass room with a figure within, held in many, many, many singular beams of light. They seem to be asleep. Coming from their head are countless gold wires. And the cat goes up to the glass wall and goes,
Okay. Does she have only one arm?
she does.
Yeah. It's really her.
I've got an AFK for like 2 minutes.
How exciting. So the Whisper, who has come into the room with you, sort of glitches and freezes.
Mm.
Well, if things are going wrong, then we're definitely close.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A glass barrier? Is it like a cube or it's like a wall or what?
Yeah, it's like a kind of round, very thick wall.
Okay.
The Whisper glitches back in. He's holding a Mara brand soda.
Now is not the time. And you only brought one.
This isn't a Mara soda. This is the British edition, Mara Pop.
Of course.
It's lemon.
It's slightly more lemony to cater for the acrid tastes of the British.
Okay. So my question is more, is the floor in here the same as the floor in there? Can I try my tunneling idea again? Can we tunnel?
So the floor in here seems to be some sort of steel or titanium alloy. And the floor in there seems to be astroturf.
A relic of the past.
No, it's the cyberpunk future. The only grass there is now is plastic grass.
Oh. The grass I see every day. Normal grass.
Yeah, we just call it turf now.
Oh.
Everything's astro trees, astro flowers, astro swans.
Okay. Any ideas?
How do we feel about cutting the glass? Think it'll set off alarms?
Definitely. But if I'm super fast, I can just put this on her.
All right. Whisper, what do you think of that?
I think maybe the cat's claws are diamond tipped to cut glass.
Or I could try and make a glass cutter.
No, okay. Well, look, I've tried trousers. Now I want to try cat, but that's up to you.
We'll just try both. There's nothing wrong with both.
I'm just gonna rub a cat up against some glass, try to annoy it a bit.
I mean, if you really want, I would just bend down and pick up the cat and kind of walk up to the glass and then take its foot and squeeze its little pad so the claws come out. Gently, obviously, I'm not going to hurt her. And then just run the claw in a large circle.
Whereas also, I've got to say, you actually look mad doing that. I don't know why I suggest that. That's obviously stupid.
The disc of glass falls out of
It's-
no way! And as you hold the cat, who looks at you like, you see around its collar is a little tag that says "cat burglar."
Oh, God in heaven.
I feel like the cat and I make eye contact. I'm like, fuck, you're excellent.
The cat headbutts you in the mouth.
You were a
Yeah.
pun this entire time, cat?
And the cat kind of twists out of your arms.
Oh,
like,
yeah, no,
"Down."
it's gone.
Oh my god.
Huh. I didn't. Oh. I guess.
It totally worked.
Whisper, I apologize. I shouldn't have doubted you.
No, I never doubted it even for a moment, even when I was vocalizing those doubts.
Yeah, no, I could feel the certainty in your voice when you said this was a terrible idea and I shouldn't have made you do it.
No.
All right.
We have no exit plan.
Nope.
We have no idea what's going to happen.
Nope.
Only that we're doing it.
She wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay. As friends, then?
As friends.
Hand holding. We're going through.
Whisper's like,
trained.
hold on, who said I was friends with either of you?
Too late.
I didn't consent to this.
He's between us. He has no choice.
Too late. It's the heist of friendship.
We're going through the hole together.
So the hole is not big enough to push yourselves through. It's
Why didn't you make a big enough
No.
hole?
No, because I'm narrating for you. It's about this big, and as you approach it, the lines in the glass seem to crack as if it were a door with a handle on the other side, allowing you to just kind of reach through the hole and open the door like you just broke a window to get in, and then the door opens like a really crummy kind of burglary.
Nice.
And the cat trots in after you.
Heist of friendship is upon us. Here we go.
And as you enter, the glass wobbles and shimmers and then is solid again. And you feel a kind of breeze on your face, like you are out in the fresh air, the grass beneath your feet feeling rubbery and weird.
Normal.
And the storyteller seems completely still. But as you approach, around her, several screens appear. And you see a face. The face of the storyteller, who looks different to the person in front of you, slightly different styled, but still the same person. Ah, you made it.
Perfectly. We
Yeah.
made all the right choices.
Probably not.
Storyteller,
Hi.
could you say well done, Rangers?
Well done, Rangers. Rangels?
You can do both, it's just because you're a big face.
Oh,
You know who Zordon is, right?
yeah, of course. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Mighty. Oh, right. Teenage Dino Robot Ninjas, or whatever it was called. And Power Rangers, yeah, gotcha.
That was the Polish release.
You would think that the name would make reference to the dinosaur thing, but it doesn't at all.
So I don't have a lot of time.
It'd be
But this is-
Dinomorphin. Okay, we can talk about it later, but
But this is great. No, really. Hey, Envisioner.
Yes.
You look good. It's a good lipstick on you.
Thanks. You don't look that great, actually. Can we help, please?
Yeah, I can't see myself, but think I'm in the net somewhere. I mean, you're in the net somewhere. I have your bin. No time.
We found your body.
Yeah. That's kind of morbid to say, though. That implies I'm dead. I'm fine. I think I'm fine. I'm probably fine. Anyway, how long has it been? No, never mind. If I ask a question, just ignore me. So, when... I imagine you've got some sort of plan, but when you enact it, all bloody hell's going to break loose. So I think I can get you out, but it won't be pretty. You will throw up. But that happens, I'll come find you.
All right.
I'll make sure they can't follow you. I imagine you probably kicked over quite a few bins on your way in. Metaphorical, digital bins.
His name was Michael.
They always are. There are a lot of Michaels in the net.
we should have some of them shot.
Hey,
People in rubber houses shouldn't throw C4.
Eloquent as always.
Yeah, that was very well put. I can see why you're the storyteller.
I'm in the net. I'm not immune to sarcasm. Anyway. Thanks for coming. It's nice. I didn't lose faith, not for a second.
good.
You do have a plan, don't you?
Yes, it's here. This is the plan.
Okay,
I'm gonna
good.
take out the thing.
I mean, you're the envisioner. If you don't have a plan, then ugh.
Yes, no. I'm going to send you to your body.
Yeah. This
But
is just a simulacrum of my body for the edification of you who are here to see it.
Okay. Well,
Just clear, storyteller, we don't know where your body is.
No.
No.
I think I
So,
know where it is.
okay. Do you have a plan for escaping?
I think I'm under the ocean.
Right.
That's okay.
No.
Once I'm in my own body, then it's a story again. I can write my own way out.
But.
Well, I've already written the ending, so I know I've just got to get to that.
all right. Then, here we go.
You got this.
I got this. Oh, I got this.
You got
You
this.
got it. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Cat Burglar. Okay, I'm gonna follow the musician's instructions as best I can. And attach this, I think, underneath the screen. Like, if she was here, it'd be like behind her ear or something, like do the thing and like, whoop, stick it on, and these little wires and stuff come out, and I think would be scary if it was in person, but it's just a TV screen.
So the wires all erupt out, all gold and filament into the TV screen, and for a second everything just stops, and then from the screen a proper shockwave erupts out, and just every alarm you can possibly imagine starts blaring at once, and then suddenly, without warning, the floor drops away, and you are all of you falling. From being in a sort of simulated world where everything felt very fake, everything feels so real. The air pressure, you can't breathe. You are hurtling down through the clouds. Those of you can't.
I have an idea. I'm going to link arms with everyone. I'm going to go interiority parachute.
It takes a few seconds of sort of swimming through the air, all of you linking arms. You're not parachutists, and you can hear, the Envisioner screaming as the air is pushed from her lungs. You all hold in together, and then suddenly the stripes of the trousers shoot out behind you. The backs of your legs feel strangely elevated, Whisper. And the fans begin a proper and on Whisper's back, looking over his shoulder, is the cat burglar, who just goes bob down through the cloud level, and below you see the roof of the apartment block where you all live, abandoned on the edge of town, far outside the hubbub of the city. And as you float down, the cat meows, and you suddenly cover a great deal of distance in one go, and you are falling into your bodies, where you wake up.
And immediately throw up.
Yeah, you wake up, there is a bucket next to all of you, with like a note on the table saying, I've gone to make some tea, throw up in here, not downstairs.
But we're not gonna do any of the noises because that's obnoxious on stream. But like,
of course not.
It's okay, cool.
But it happens, and you're all left, and next to you on the table, there's a glass of sparkling water and a plate of chocolate bourbons. And in the room with you, you see, you all of you, checking yourselves, getting off the coverants. Envisioner, you still have a pocket full of paper clips. Resourcer, you still have the awkward map of the playground known as Sassy Land. Whisper, although slightly less future tech, you are in possession of a fine pair of glowing trousers. And in the middle of the room, looking up at you from their own little net podium, surrounded by the various musical cables that the musicians set in place.
Yes.
And on that very important note, I think that is the right place to leave the beloved gang. And gosh, I want to thank all of you for being here.
Oh, fun.
Wow.
Just like a Tron situation. How is the cat here?
Big questions for such a small cat.
I wanted
Cats
it
are
so badly.
Cats are so expensive.
Yeah, they are expensive. That's true. Nevertheless, you have gained 1 cat burglar.
We can pay for the cat by selling the trousers. I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
All, you know what the expression goes, all cat and no trousers.
Yeah.
Izzy,
Yes?
you're amazing. Thank you.
Oh, no, shush. Come on now.
No, you had to hear it from me because I said it.
I second it.
Outrageous talk.
Mm.
But thank you. This has been a very dorky kind of setting, but I like it very much, and I thank you everyone in the chat. I can't see you at the moment because of my being on my iPad and not able to check up on Twitch while I'm on my phone at the same time. But just this has been a very silly, dorky story, but I've enjoyed it enormously, and I very much like my very derivative cyberpunk setting, because I don't know much about cyberpunk. I'm not very good at sci-fi, so I just kind of make it up. But this has been such a creative endeavor, and I love the 3 of you so very much. And thank you to everyone in the chat. I can't see you, but I'm sending you trash bags and love for just how engaged you've all been today. I hope everyone enjoyed the helps and hinders that I threw in their path, little customized notes. I hope you all enjoy yourself a nice Mara brand soda. The
Domitella Protocol.
The Domitella Protocol. The
May
librarian.
I ask, was I have to get rid of my trousers a hinder and I get new trousers a help? Is that what happens?
So you gotta. I was already gonna give Sunny the book because of James Malloy's help, but then I thought I wanted to give you new trousers. That was kind of more for me.
Oh, and you didn't think I'd put on just trousers I found, unless I'd been made to surrender my trousers. Gone mad librarian.
No, surrendering the trousers was definitely a hinder that I felt was a good hinder. Which I can do because I know that you are not uncomfortable with the idea of surrendering your fictional trousers. If you are a GM, you should always make sure that your players consent to fictional trouserlessness.
We're good.
I did not ask you to give up your pants.
No, I have definitely streamed wearing just a t-shirt and boxers before.
That's the best part about streaming. You never know what's going on down there.
No one
And
knows
it's
what's
not
going on.
against the TOS.
Just don't stand up. Don't forget and stand up. That is.
Why do you think I tilt my camera up when I get up?
That's the best news. I'm good with it.
Good news. Welcome to the Trash Crew, where we pants.
Don't always dress correctly.
Pants.
Oh, yeah.
So because I can't get up the Patreon list, I just need to thank Patreon, the god of patrons, who has seen fit to bless us with this bountiful crop of lovely people. For those of you who have been waiting for updates, the secret special updates from Star Trek Iskander, those are coming. I just forgot. Sorry.
I just spit.
Yee to me, I guess. But that will be starting again this week. I know we gave you a teaser before the Christmas, but now all of the very exciting updates are in, and I'm going to be scheduling them to come out soon. So if you want to see those, then feel free to go follow us over patreon.com/itucrew. /itucrew is also where you can find us on Twitter for all of our updates and stuff. Also where you can follow us on Twitch, where you're watching this now. So just click follow. You're here. You did it. Hooray! For those of you who are waiting for more exciting It Crew updates, we will be revealing over the next coming weeks some of our planned projects. But I can promise you that there is more Star Trek Iskander in the works, and maybe a new campaign from Praxis Descends. Who is me? So if you've enjoyed this, it might be like that. It probably won't, because this is unique and special and involved silliness. But if I have any more ideas for another Fivefold Cataclysm game, then I will run another one-shot in the future. So hit me up with your cyberpunk thoughts, you cyberpunks. In the meantime, if you want to see more of us, the It Crew, you can find us on our relative Twitters, all linked below. Sunny Kitty streams. When do you stream? Tell them. Plug yourself.
Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Canadian time. She might eat some Canadian bacon, fight a moose, become a Mountie. All
Make
live
more
on
bacon
stream.
out of the moose, I assume.
Yeah. Make maple moose bacon for Mounties. That's her new company. She needs your support. And Sable Whisper, of course, streams
On alternate Thursdays.
Thank you. You suck at plugging yourself. Oh!
I didn't realize. I didn't realize you were using. I didn't realize you were giving me a chance. I thought you were gonna say it.
Follow Sable Whisper for fun when he streams. Call him a butt. Go to his Twitter now and tell him that he is a butt who needs to be better at promoting himself and
Oh, do you know what would really help? What would really help is if Twitch hadn't changed its interface so much that I can't find a way of changing all my fucking details, so I have no idea how to tell people where my fucking Patreon is. And someone was like, oh, you know, you should do a thing. I'm like, oh, I can't because Twitch is a butthead. I love you, Twitch, but, you know.
So go to his Twitter to find out how to get to his Patreon, which will tell you how to get to his Twitch.
I'll send you screenshots for how to fix that afterwards, Sable.
And pretty ideal. Plug
Yeah,
about you.
I'm just look. I have 2 full-blown children now that talk. Look, now they talk. They're not babies. They're not toddlers.
Mm-hmm.
They talk.
Do a shithead yet?
No.
Okay,
but
then
I'm getting a lot of biting and no's recently this week.
Shit.
Maybe I'm trying my best. Look, I'm just looking forward to like kindergarten. That's my. So I'm here on ItU, but I'm sometimes on Twitter.
Pretty Ideal now then. Over on Twitter, Pretty Ideal doesn't tweet often, but she does appreciate GIFs from the Netflix Witcher TV series.
That's true.
Which is a great show, and I just watched it all, and I want to talk about it all the time. So aside from that, I don't stream except for on here, but I do want to talk about The Witcher. So boom to that. Maybe I'll run a Witcher game. Who knows? I'm such a wuss now. I'm just sold on all property. Someone please let me stop talking.
Look, we're very enthusiastic. We're glad that everyone showed up today for our nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We had some bumps along the road, like basically all of 2019, but you know what? We're over that and we're going.
2019? I don't know her.
Yeah, it's a good year. We're going to do some stuff. We're going to plan some things.
2020.
We'll keep you updated, and Iskander's running this week, you said?
No, God, no. Just soon.
Oh,
just soon.
I'm running the next one, aren't I?
Yeah, Sable's running the next one. It's not this week. That was a lie. It's a false flag operation launched by the Romulans.
Look, I want to do some stuff, and we're going to do some stuff in some time. But for now, just to be on Twitter because we like you a lot, and we like hearing from you, and we want to get back to our nonsense.
And if
that's what I mean.
If you can't follow us on Patreon, which is completely fine, like tell a friend that you enjoy our stuff. Share a clip of ours on Twitter. Start a movement. Be trash. Do crimes.
No.
Like nice crimes, not bad crimes. Like, you know, guerrilla tree planting, or like, giving food to the homeless, or like,
Crocheting
that's a
benches.
crime.
jaywalk everywhere. Never stop jaywalking until the motor companies lose their iron grip on the cities of America. Rise up, Americans! Jaywalk! Jaywalk everywhere!
Literally, all these self-driving cars need to not hit people. It's not the people's fault. That's what I think.
Cover your trousers in thumbtacks so that you will scrape their paintwork when they hit you with their
So
foul
here is a fun fact about Praxis for everyone just to go out on. I don't know, for those of you who are not familiar with UK law, pedestrians have absolute right of way on all of Her Majesty's highways, which means that there's no such thing as jaywalking. You just go when you want to, and as long as you're not standing still in the middle of the road, you're not breaking the law. Izzy knows this, and she knew this when she was a scrotty little teenager and visiting the UN in New York. So naturally, her and all of her scrotty little teenage British pals decided they would just cross roads at any point, just to make a big point about it. And just
I jaywalked in New York City
Oh my God.
and Washington D.C. and someone said,
rogue.
"Hey, you can't do that," and I went, "I'm British. I was a
God save the
shithead.
Queen, Governor!
I
And
was a shithead when I was 18, but you can be shitheads now.
There is no
That's
age limit on being a shithead.
10 years on, still a shithead.
It's true. Please don't jaywalk still, though.
Be a shithead. Do crimes.
Not in the United States. They will run you over. You can be right, but also you'll be
Dead
dead.
right. Being
Hey,
dead
dead
right
right.
doesn't do you any good. My dad used to have to tell me that because I would jaywalk.
Look, I had a great grandma who got ran over. It's not a joke. But also, bless her soul, but also, you'll die. That's all I'm saying.
But you'll die correct.
She was right. Oh,
if there are
I
enough
don't-
of you, if there are
I'm
enough,
kidding. That
road-
didn't happen.
it's fine.
Right, go away. All
It sort of
you.
happened.
Go home. Be with your families. Why are you still here? Why are you still watching this?
To be fair, I thought Bree's story was going to go, I have a grandmother going by a car and a great-grandfather who liked to hit people with his car. Divorce was not common back then, so that was the only thing he had.
That's terrifying.
Go home.
Now go home, you pukes.
All right.
Leave.
What is this? Why are you still here? What did I just say?
Can you please end the stream?
Oh, yeah,
Just
what's going on?
No, you won't give me a chance. All right, I'm ending this. Everyone, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Hope your weekend is amazing, and we will see you really soon. Bye.